Hope you guys liked it. That was a new intro. Now I've got a question for you guys. Well, I need you to do a huge favor for me. I need you to go to the comments. Give me 5 names. Yeah, 3 of them girl, 3 boys. I need no, 6 names. Sorry, fuck. I need 6 names. You'll see why later. I'll tell you the names. I'll tell you the reasons why right now. 4 of them are gonna be for something else. One of them is gonna be for his new master, who is the guy from last time, the Universal God. And then there's gonna be the his love interest that I'll show you probably in the next What If. This one I'm going to explain his powers and everything and what he's gonna get. He's basically gonna get a version of Super Saiyan. Well, Super Saiyan, that's it. But you're gonna see what's different about it. So let's go. Izuku wakes up in a bed made of hay for some reason. He go he gets up, wondering where the hell he is, looks around, dying of thirst. So he looks around for a water bottle, or something like that. He doesn't find a water bottle, but for some reason finds water in a cup in his room like Zen right now. Wondering where the fuck he is. He gets up and saying, "What happened?" He looks around his body and remembers last night. He remembers he was shot, and he doesn't know when he was. He can't even remember anything from last night. All he remembers is that he was shot. Then his new teacher comes out saying, "Whoa, kid, you finally woke up. Took you a day or so, but here you are." Deku's like, "Who are you? What do you want from me?" The guy's like, "I don't want anything from you. All I did was save your life. Now you have 2 options. You can either stay here and train with me, or you can go out to the world and learn how to fend for yourself." Deku's like, why would I trust someone I barely even met?" Teacher's like, Master says, "Well, kid, because this world is a dark place, but it has the good in it too. Right now, all you're seeing is the bad." So Zuko's like, "What do you mean? Where are we? Where are we? We're in the Silver City. Well, in the middle of it at least." Zuko's like, "Silver City? That's not Japan. Where are we?" His new master's like, his new master says, "Well, where are we? It is important, so I guess I'll tell you. And tell you what I am, who I am, and what I can do. Because you are going to be the 70th user of my power." So he was like, "What? 17th user? What you are? Who you are? No, I'm getting out of here." Suku walks to the door, opens it, looks around and sees he's not in Japan. After talking to the guy saying, "Where are we?" and everything, he says, "We're in the Silver City, the middle of it at best. And what I am is something very strong. Now follow me and I'll show you what I can do." They go outside and they start walking, Sugu following behind them. So basically, they go up to this mountain area. No one really comes here because it's high up. There's nothing really here to loot for, anything to get. The currency in this world is silver, gold, and bronze. Gold, most valuable, silver, second, bronze, third. There's another currency, but it's extremely rare to find, platinum. So yeah, so it goes like bronze, gold, silver, platinum? So it was like, okay, who are you? Who am I? That's a hard question to answer. Do you want my Earth name, my nickname, or the title I hold? So it was like, your Earth name proceeds to tell his Earth name, but the thing is, I don't have any name, so can you guys do me that favor? And then says, I am the Boogeyman, or the Reaper. That's my nicknames. And the last one is, oh yeah, my title. I am a universal god. So it was like, well, what the living hell is a universal god? Jesus Christ, how could I explain this? Gods don't. Okay, so there are two levels to being a god. There's a god and a universal god. A universal god cannot make life itself. It cannot revive life. It cannot do any of the above. But it can make universes. It can't. It can make planets, but it can't make them living. It can make universes, but it won't basically live. You could say it won't show light. It won't show stars. So gods, they can make life and everything above, but they don't have enough energy to make universes itself and planets. So that's what I do. I give my energy to them. They make the planets. They make well, they bring life to planets, and they bring life to everything. And so like, what? So how many universal gods out are there? Hundreds, 200s, somewhere around there. Suku just gasped, saying, wow, how? Don't ask me, kid. Just know, as a universal god, I have immense power. And it was like, wait, you said something about me being the 17th user, no, the 14th user of your power. What do you mean? What I mean about the 14th user? Through the whole life of this war, I guess I should explain from the beginning. I'll try making it as quick as I can for you. I'm not going to tell my life story, but the stories of the past 13 users. Basically, these users have fought to the death over and over again, losing but winning at the same time. A universal god and a universal devil. And this was like, what the fuck is a universal devil? A universal devil is basically the king, the god of hell. He has his own section of hell where all the extreme bad people go. If you go down there, say hello to Hitler for me. Either, where was I? They met up one day. After that, and they struck a deal. They'll make two mighty warriors. If the devil warrior won, he'll get to rule the universal heaven, while God, the universal God, will go down to hell. If the universal God won, this will be the last bet they'll ever do. 3 years, these two factions have fought over and over again until the power went into my hands. After my father died protecting a village, it was like, your father? He wasn't really my father. He was a father figure to me because my original father left me to the streets to die. I forgave him later on, but I can never get through that because it was terrifying thinking of being alone until he came into my life. But I had a feeling we were being used as pawns in a game, so I decided to take matters into my own hands. I decided to play by their game, but go behind their back and find out the true reason about it. That's when I found out everything. The pawns, the games, the how you're being used, the game and a game. So these two can just not only were we a deal, we were also just their plaything. I have unlocked multiple transformations, so has the other side. But there's one transformation we both have in common, but different at the same time. Once I activate this form, my insanity, I lose it, and my humanity. I go insane and have a thirst for blood. I've learned how to master this power. I'm scared if you were ever to attain it, you'll go bloodthirsty. Because through the time I've lived, through the time I was ruling as the universal God, I've seen what happened to you. This has never happened to someone before. Being betrayed, tortured, broken into a million pieces. As soon as I saw that, I decided to take matters into my own hands. Physical was like, thank you, but sir, can you show me this power of yours? His master's like, yes, I forgot, I'm sorry. His master flicks a finger and a little bit of light comes out. He points the finger in front of him and fires a beam 100 times the size of what it was before. He says, once you master this power, that is only 1% of it. Zuko's like, if you have multiple transformations, and if that last transformation you said is as strong as you said, I don't want to. I don't think I'm worthy of this power, sir. This master says, it doesn't matter if you're worthy or not. I chose you as my successor because no one deserves to go through something like that. I want to give you power, not to get revenge, but to finally live a life that you can call your own. So this is what's going to happen. I'm going to give you my power. I'm going to train you for 2 years. After that, I'm going to give you the title of the Reaper and the Boogeyman. Well, not the title, but the nicknames of it. And you'll live the life of it. You can retire at any time you want. But here, also take this. He gives him Zuko's like, what is this? His master says, that's a scroll. Not an ordinary scroll. The scroll, even though you can't make life, that doesn't mean you go find someone who can make life. If you ever need to revive anyone, open this one scroll and use it when you ever have to. Zuko's like, wait, one more thing. Can you tell me what the last transformation of it is. Can you tell me your last transformation, please? My last transformation? What's it called? It's called Godbreaker. So it was like Godbreaker? But no matter about that, let's get to training. He hands Izuku his power. For 2 years, he trained. He learned multiple martial arts from every single universe. Taijutsu, karate, and fuck, I might have to research every single one. After that, yeah. But not only that, Izuku has gone, like I said, it was something similar to Super Saiyan, or to the Saiyans. There's the Super Saiyan transformation, the Super Saiyan gods, Ultra Instinct, but his last transformation is something called Godbreaker, which allows him to access a form named Godbreaker. So yeah, let's see. After accessing, I'm not gonna give him Godbreaker. I'm not gonna let him master that form yet, because the form I'm gonna give him is more powerful than any other thing I'm gonna give him. But after 2 years, he took up the mantle of the Reaper, or the Boogeyman, whatever you like to call him. He has access to Super Saiyan 1, but can barely hold the form. His master taught him 2 other transformations, the Kaioken technique, but not only that, another transformation that's easier than both of them. The name is Proto, for short. The long name is Prototype. Prototype allows him to access a form or transformation for a lot of for an immense amount of time, and doubles his strength. Once he gets a master of Proto, he gets to get mastered. Mastered is like Kaioken, but better. He doesn't double, triple strength. No, it's he a 20 multiplier of his power. But either way, Izuku has to put up 3 faces. One of them in the day, this nice, loving man who works. He works in a sense, like, I'm gonna put this in the medieval times, you could say, but like advanced than his time. You could say. You could say advancer than his time, but the thing is, in the medieval times, you could say. They use axes, and they use a certain type of, like, gun, you could say. No, they use a rail gun, basically. Izuku has 2 revolvers and a repeater as his long-range weapons, but he rarely uses. And as for his melee weapons, he has a hammer and a sword. The hammer and sword can be very effective, you know, to use it correctly. The hammer, his name, is the Hammer of Life and Death. The sword is named Excalibur. Izuku favors one ability of the Excalibur, that ability being Slice and Dice. Once he says Excalibur, ability number 49, he teleports all around the place, cutting X's everywhere, putting them in a type of cage. And once Izuku puts his sword in his sleeve, Excalibur in the sleeve, all those slices go at him, go at his target at the same time, cutting him, slicing him in pieces. Through all of this, Izuku, no, his master says, "Kid, you're ready. Just know, not all the times you'll be ready. Not all the times you'll be fast enough. Don't beat yourself up for something you couldn't do. Before I go, I have one more gift for you." He gives him a mask. Wear this with pride. Promise me that much at least. Izuku's like, Izuku says, yes, master, I will. Thank you for everything. For Izuku, it's been 2 years of hard street training. For the My Hero Academia, it's barely been 2 days. It's been like 2.5 days. Izuku will continue training. In the morning, he'll be this hard worker. Midday, he'll be training. And at night, he'll kill. He hated it, but his master gave him this power and everything. But he wasn't going for innocent people as as the Reaper. He was a sort of bounty hunter. They'll hire him to kill someone, but he didn't work like that. If you hired him, he won't cash up first. Cash up, cash up front. Not only that, you also want bad targets. Targets are scumbags. Not some nice hardworking dad or something like that. And his price is expensive. But at the end of the day, he'll kill. But one day, as he's hard at work, I'm gonna say he's a type of lumberjack, you could say. Nah, not lumberjack. I need like a nice. He makes clothing. There you go. Basically, one day, I said this was in the medieval times, you could say, where kings were still alive and everything, and princes and queens and all that shit. He got something from the king. The king ordered him to make the finest clothing he could make for him. Zuko accepted because the king had a ball soon, and he was going to invite the Reaper, and he wanted to look nice in front of him. Because meeting the Reaper was one of the greatest achievements you could ever get. Because the only way you get to meet him is through a ball, or through a bullet in your head, or a sword or a hammer, whichever you would like. So Zuko accepted, because there was no harm of getting extra cash, even though he was pretty wealthy himself, because of all the bounties and killing and everything he had. He made the finest robe he could. He ordered dragon scales. He ordered gold that was soft, that can melt easily, and that can be melted easily. He also ordered the softest and finest fabric you could buy in this city. And then he gave the robe to the king. The king was satisfied with it and invited him to the ball. Izuku said, "No, thank you. I have plans on that day." "But thank you, Your Majesty." The king nodded and said, "Thank you for this coat. May you have a fine day." Izuku leaves and sees that in the Reaper's mailbox, he has a letter to the king, or from the king, saying, "Dear Reaper, I would love to invite you to the ball that I'm having at my palace." Well, yeah. Izuku's like, "Yep, I knew it. Well, let's wear my finest coat." Izuku wears something similar to this, but not completely. because he needs to hide his identity so no one knows who he is. He could change his hair. Well, no, he Okay, I'm gonna explain a lot of things. Izuku in this one is extremely cold, heartless. Because when he fell, he fought. Okay, so in every universe, a person has three sides to them: his future, his past, and then his present. Zuko was his past because he couldn't get over the trauma he had. But the thing is, his two emotions died. Past and future were his emotions. Past represented everything that was bad about him, and future represented everything that was good about him. He lost all of that ever since everything that happened to him. Being tortured, being sent to prison, being framed, being cheated on, being abandoned by the people he called friends. So after all of that, Izuku said to himself, no more will I be made a fool of. That day, both of them died, past and future. But after all that, but yeah, that's it, I guess. That's basically everything I can tell you. Say. Let's see, what else can I tell you about? I think that's probably it. I'm sorry, guys. I'm trying to play Red Dead. There we go. Got him. Okay, where was I? Shit. Oh yeah. Even through all of that, for some reason, a bit of past and future was still with him, but wasn't strong enough to influence him to go back to the person he once was. There were a voice in the wind, a whisper in the wind. Someone tried to yell at him through a crowd of people, but past and future couldn't get through to him. So everything at the end, he just killed and killed, with a blank face and a thirst to kill. And then one day, not one day, but during the ball, he met someone that would change his life for good and forever. And that's where I'm going to leave it off. Hope you guys liked it. I don't know why I put so much effort into this one. You know, the usual. So yeah, give me 6 names. That's all I need for this to continue. And all I can say is